West Ham have had quite a tricky season, up and down. How do you rate their side?
Well, at the moment, we need to understand West Ham is in a very complicated situation. So they are fighting for keeping in that league. So that's why I think that kind of teams in that moment of the season are the most dangerous teams, because when you are fighting for these kind of goals, you need to understand that the energy that they can have in every games could be higher. So yes, I think we don't be focused in the last game against Arsenal, because they were able to score a draw against United as well. So in that close term, they showed that they are able to have very good games against these kind of teams as well. So I think they are very able to be dangerous.
And sorry, I forgot, I should have asked you first. Is there any team updates, any news on injuries and things for you?
Yeah, the other day we saw that Daniel had an injury, so we need to wait to the medical report that we are going to see when it's published. And Gras suffered not very important injury, but is not going to be available to the game. So they are important players, but the depth of the squad is enough to be in the guarantee to do a very good match against West Ham.
Yeah, she looked like she was playing through some pain at the end of the Chelsea match.
Yeah.
So now you've had quite a long time with the team, and there's been like big moments of joy with, say, some of the goals from both Freya and Izzy. What are the other things that have given you kind of joy with this team? What are the moments that stand out for you?
Long time with the team, enough time to know everybody. We have that kind of young player that we need to still development in her own pathways. But it's not only about Izzy or Freya. We have other young players that we need to develop every day. I think the strengths that we can still working with are quite enough to reach the next steps and next goals, not only in that individual vision, in that collective, in that linked with the club ambitions. So hopefully the next step for these kind of players is being able to the national teams. That is gonna be a very important clue that that their individual progress is going well. I don't know if we are going to be able to, other players like Malou Marceto, that is very young as well, watching her in the next National Cup roster. So that's something that we need to be very close in that way to improve every players, and yes, hopefully we can still creating that kind of contest every week to empower them and having their or her best versions.
Thank you very much, and good luck at the weekend.
Thank you, Helen.
Thanks, Helen. Dan?
Morning, Eder. Hope you're well.
Yeah, thank you.
I just want to ask you, West Ham, other than last weekend, a lot of their games are really, really close. There's, swings in games at, last 10 minutes of games. Your games are also very close. So it feels like this game at the weekend could well be kind of still competitive, still in the balance in the final stages of the game. So what do you say to your players to make sure that they're switched on and kind of prepared for kind of those late swings in games that anything can happen in the last 10 minutes?
Yeah, of course. For first, we need to understand that West Ham is a very tough team to play against, because they feel comfortable in that low block, so they try to keep spaces around the box, and they are very compact with a very dangerous player in the counter attack. So as I said before, I think it's gonna be a very tough game. Now we came from a good game against Chelsea, and recognizing the team in a good performance against that kind of teams like Chelsea, Arsenal or others. It's not only about the result, as I said many times, it's about the performance. I think in that head-on way to play, we were close to that kind of team that we want to create. But now we need to put in the other hand. We are going to have in front a team with other energy. They are fighting not for being in champions, it's more to survive in the competition. So that kind of energy could be more dangerous. And when you need to assume the role of the team that you need to win the game, is different way to play when comparing when you are that kind of player that you are in that underdog mentality and you play with another kind of energy, So yeah, I hopefully we can be connected to that energy and understand that we will need to be very attentive to every detail that can appear. I want to repeat, they are very dangerous in the counter attacks because they have very fast and powerful players in the front line. So the rest defense will be something completely necessary to attend on. And yes, it's about understanding the game is gonna be very, very tough, for sure.
I just want to ask you a little bit about the progression between the Arsenal game and the Chelsea game. I know when you spoke after the Arsenal game, you felt that there was a lot of learnings. Obviously, it was an experience that you were getting used to. You went to play Chelsea, obviously, on a neutral stadium. Things were a little bit difficult and different again. Playing against the league champions, you obviously battled back and got a point. So how do you feel the kind of team developed or learned from that first game into the second game against Chelsea?
Yeah, I think the momentums of the game sometimes are very close to very close situations. I can remember that Freya chance against Arsenal that we have in the first minutes. I don't know what kind of game would be if we were able to score that kind of goal, but we need to understand Arsenal is a very, very, very dominant team in Europe. So I think the team performed quite well. In the last moment, the result comes from the way to be clinical in the boxes. They don't have too many chances through the game. We have in the last minutes some chances as well. So in the last moment, it's not about the quantity of the chances or the quality of the chances. Is how clinical you can be in that moments, and that's why we need to keep pushing to close that margins, because now the margins are so small. So and against Chelsea, on the other hand, we were very dominant in the second half. So when you are in that kind of probabilities to score, but we need to understand we are humble and we cannot recognize ourselves too dominant against that kind of team. So we need to be humble and understand if you are gonna be so dominant against that kind of teams, is because something is very good. But on the other hand, you cannot create a reality based on that kind of a scenario where you are gonna be very dominant against Chelsea's or Arsenal's, because it's something that maybe is gonna be the next needs to be the next step for the club and in our ambitions, So yes, it's keep pushing, trying to fix that close margins that are appearing every time, and now we're going to have different games, so hopefully we can face them and show that we are improving in that ways as well.
Just finally, I just want to ask, obviously yourself and Rita Guarino have both come from different leagues, different countries, different cultures, mid-season to pick up a new challenge in England. So I just want to ask is that difficult? What are the challenges that you've found when you've come to the league? Has it been an easy transition for you, or is it been kind of a real challenge?
No, it's a huge challenge. Coming in the mid of season, we in a club with that kind of ambition, that because I'm very responsible and I can understand that every action that or every day here needs to be the best, and in that high standards. You come here, maybe you are not comfortable with the language the first weeks, you don't know every people around the process. It's about connecting with the people, it's about being demanding. Sometimes maybe that demands could be maybe rude, maybe no, so you need to be always in that balance, to be in a good vibes every time, but respecting and trying to be linked with the high standards. And when you are following that kind of standards, the way sometimes is not easy. And as it was a challenge, but it's something that I'm used to. So a very, very good experience for me. I'm very pleased for the chance and the opportunity. So that's why I'm here, trying to do my best every day. So yeah.
That's brilliant. Thanks for that. Best of luck for the weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Thanks very much, Dan. Sylvan.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't manage to raise my hand on
No,
the
you're
thing.
okay. I saw you came off mute. That's all. No worries. No worries.
So I just have one question. You have like 25 players in training. You can only select 20 for the team sheet and 11 to start. So how do you manage that to see the disappointment of the players who don't even make the squad or are just substitute? How do you manage this?
I think it's one of the most difficult thing to manage for every coach, but it's about trying to be honest, putting the training in the edge of the process, and we have a very close way to manage this. We have 3 checkpoints. The first one is how you are training, and the training gives you the chance to be in the squad list. It's about the performance, or maybe because you are not able to train someday because you are injured or whatever, but we put always the training in the edge of the process. From this, the next filter comes from the match plan, because maybe some players could be available because their training week were perfect, but the last time being the lineup comes from that match plan. And then if your performance in competition is good, the continuity comes from that competition performance. So you need to be always connected to that wheel, because when that wheel is rolling, you are closer to be not only the squad list in the lineup as well. So to challenge and to try to push, to be in that kind of wheel, first in the squad list, then in the lineup, comes from the training efforts, training connection. And at the last time we need to be honest with the players, and sometimes we need to bring not good messages and explaining, hey, we think, or we really think others are in a better shape than you, and it's something that we need to assume. This is professional football, and we need to make decisions. Sometimes we are going to be successful, others not, but this is something that is common. We need to understand that football is a mistakes sport, so everybody makes mistakes, and when we are always taking decisions we need to humanize the process, and that's why I think is the best way to create that empathetic environment to understand everyone's decisions.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Sylvain. Any other questions for EDER? All good. Thanks very much, guys. We'll get the files round to you as normal and see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.